And we're rolling. Hi guys, it's Ming and welcome back to my channel. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so now. Ding. I just recently, June the 14th, celebrated 8 years into business for my salon.
The whole world, look around you. Look at this. We created this. This didn't exist before we were here.
The salon is called Snob Studios. For everybody in Atlanta, it's a staple in Atlanta. But if you have not been to Snob Studios, it is located at 101 Centennial Olympic Park Drive, Atlanta, Georgia, 30313. And we're like right down the street from the State Farm Theater, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, CNN building. We're like right in the mix of things. But we've been there for 8 years. So I'm really excited. So tomorrow we are having like a fair style themed kind of party, which I'm, really, really excited about because it's been 8 years and it's been like a long, crazy roller coaster. I know for some of my old snobs, you guys remember when I closed down my salon probably like 4 years ago because I was just like mentally exhausted. Things wasn't going right. I was just like in a crossroads. I didn't know if I wanted to like just focus on my e-commerce business. I didn't know what to do. So I kind of like closed my doors for like maybe 6 months. And then after 6 months of closing it, I realized that, I really did love the salon atmosphere. And I loved it too much. So I ended up opening it back up. So we're on that 8-year anniversary. So we're going to do a sale. I'm trying to debate if I want to put a funnel cake food truck. Actually, I do. So let me text and say, okay, for the food truck. Which is a little expensive. It's $500 for just like the food truck. But I think that'll be really cute and really cool. So I'm very proud of myself. And I preach a lot in a lot of my videos that like if I could do it, you can do it kind of thing. And like I'm just a girl from the east side of Detroit. And I started my company with $500 and just a lot of work ethic. And when I opened up my salon, like it's so crazy because I'll link below my grand opening vlog video. I had absolutely no fucking clue what I was doing. Like, no clue. Like I literally was throwing darts, at the board and using Google a lot. And so I'm definitely thankful and grateful for it, for like how far I've grown, how far I've come and how much I've grown. And just like to like look back at like just 8 years of being a salon owner, like me, a salon owner. My vision when I first started my salon was to have I wanted the wow factor. I remember when I met with the interior designer and she was like, what kind of salon do you want? I was like, I want people to walk into my salon and say, wow. And I had just left Paris. I had went to the Olympics, and coming back from the Olympics, it was like this crystal staircase that like kind of like went viral on social media. I don't know for those who remember, but I'll try to find a picture of it. And I was like, I'm putting crystal stairs in my salon. And I remember there is currently 600,000 crystals in my stairs in my salon. And I just wanted, either you do diamond, girls love diamonds and girls love pink. I didn't want a pink salon, so I just bedazzled everything. The chairs, the stairs, the chandelier is crazy. I put diamonds in the well, not real diamonds, but you know what I mean. I put diamonds in the stations and the mirrors and the shampoo bowls. It was crazy. It was really crazy. I just wanted the best looking wow salon. And what's so crazy is that I had went to China that October, previous, like 2 months before I decided to even do a salon. And I remember posting a picture on Twitter of these salon chairs, and I said, if I ever open up a salon, these would be my stations. And I actually got those stations, and those were the stations in my salon all the way up until year 7. I just changed the design of my salon year 7 a little bit to make it a little bit more cleaner. A little bit more fancier. When I signed my lease on my store, I owed them, I think like $31,000 or $30,000. And at the time I only had like $36,000 in my account. And so, and I was saving that money for, I wanted to buy a house at the time. So like I always tell people, like on Snob Studios, I bet the house, which I really did bet my house because that was the money for my house. And I didn't even know how I was going to like completely furnish the salon. And my thought process going into opening up my salon was I just like, you know, I can afford one station for me. And I know I can make, at the time, my rent, this was 2013, was, you know, $2,500. Now, mind you, we're in the middle of a recession, so they didn't even run my credit. Like, if I gave him 30 grand and paid my rent, we was good, basically. So I was just like, I could just, you know, I can take my time because I signed a 5-year lease. And I knew I made at least $2,500 a month to pay my, you know, to pay for the lease of the building. So I was just like, I'll just, you know, pay as I go. I'll just figure it out and slowly build. And I'll be the only person working in the salon until I get my money up. And y'all, when I tell you the way that God, my big homie, God works, I signed my lease December 22nd. You know, and I don't know if you guys ever been like broke before, if anybody's ever been to the points where like they've been broke or like, you know, because I've been broke, like had $20 to my name broke before. And so like to go from that to having $36,000 in your account, that's a lot of money. So to see it drop back down to $6 grand, it's like, ooh, this shit better work, right? So, but it's crazy how, praying works and manifestation works and just sticking to the plan works because, I had a plan to open up the salon and it was by any means necessary. So January 28th, I had an online sale and I put the sale up at midnight and I go to sleep because I'm dead dog tired from working. And I put the sale up. So when I woke up the next morning on the 29th, I had $180,000 in my account. Like, what the
Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
I had never in my life seen $180,000 like in an account for me.
$40,000. I'm rich.
And so like I didn't even have the hair on hand because at the time I was doing pre-sale. Like I would take the money, you would buy hair from me. I would online, it was more so like pre-sale. I would take the money, buy the hair and ship it within 7 days. And then I had like a small little inventory, like 10 bundles or something, but that was for the girls in the salon. Y'all, I woke up with $180,000 in my account. I had to shut the sale down because I didn't have help. I didn't have any help. I didn't have any staff. I was doing all my customer service, me and my assistant. My assistant at the time was not only helping me with my hair company, who is Leslie Farrell. Shout out to Leslie. She's now a successful realtor and she still helps whenever she can. But she was also my in-salon assistant and my assistant helping me like with my hair company. And so I had to shut the sale down because I couldn't fulfill all those orders. And me and Leslie stayed up for 3 days straight fulfilling those orders. And by the time we fulfilled the orders, got everything out, I told y'all PayPal ended up freezing my account. PayPal froze my account because $180,000 came in overnight versus, like I'm normally doing like, maybe 10 grand a month to go from $180,000 in a day. So they froze my account and it is against PayPal policy to do prepaid sales. PayPal policy terms and conditions is if you're selling a product using PayPal as a merchant, you must have the item in stock. So PayPal basically froze my account and said, hey, we'll release the account. We will release the money if you can show us that you shipped the item. I didn't have the hair. So my boyfriend at the time, he was in the music industry. He ended up giving me, I called him and I was like, hey, I need to borrow 90 grand for like 2 weeks. And then I'll give you back your money, but I need to borrow it. And I need it in cash because PayPal just froze my account and I need to wire 90 grand. And so he said, okay. That same night he came before he went on the road. Cause at the time Trinidad James was his artist and they was going on the road. So right before they left to go do a show, he came, brought me the 90 grand and me, his friend, girlfriend, 2 of my friends, we went to every single Western Union in Atlanta to send $2,998 to China to get the hair. And we did it. And we packaged that hair up and I sold it. And the very next day after I entered in the last tracking number, I did another sale. And I did maybe 210, 215 that day. And then I've been rolling ever since. And so I probably spent on my salon almost 300 grand. I got towel imported from Italy. I got all kind of stuff done to that salon. And I don't regret it. It was I did Snob Life Studio exactly how I wanted to do Snob Life Studio. So thank you, big homie. The pleasure was all mine. What sparked the huge sale? I mean, I honestly don't know. It was God. I don't know. Social media, the power of social media. More importantly, I just have to say it was just God. It was God's blessing. He knew I had a plan. He knew, like, you know what I mean, what it could have been. And he made it happen. So that's all I can really say is that it was God, because I put up like a little rinky dink flyer. At the time I had a 1-page website, like like everything you needed to know was on that one. It didn't scroll up or down. It was like a page and you could just shop. I had one style of hair and it was just Brazilian body wave, and that was it. And it was bonking.
That's when the blessings come in. Blessings come in. So you open your hands up like a funnel so the blessings can come in.
The biggest pro and con of being a salon owner, well, the biggest pro is that I've gotten to see over the years some of the most amazing hairstylists. And I've got to see them grow, because almost 99% of hairstylists that start working in my salon is fairly new to the game. They're babies. They're like 20, 19, 18, or they're brand new to Atlanta. Like, I've had so many stylists, and I've been so grateful enough to have so many stylists move to Atlanta just to work in Snob Life, or like to kick off their career in Snob Life. So and I've gotten a chance to get my hair done whenever I want. So that's probably like the biggest pro of being a salon owner. The biggest con is being responsible for creatives, and they're so crazy and so opinionated. It's kind of like a child's daycare. It's like running an adult daycare a little bit, but I wouldn't change it for the world. Some of the struggles over the years to keep it going, I guess, at one point when I decided to close it, it was just like, I didn't really see the vision for it, but, I also didn't give it a chance to realign. Like, I was just so used to everything going exactly how I wanted to go, that as soon as it didn't, I was like, I'm done. Which, I had to like reel myself back in and being like, okay, like, there's going to be some goods, there's going to be some bads, there's going to be some highs, there's going to be some lows. And so, like, once I realized I had to take the good with the bad, it was like smooth sailing. How much of a struggle was it to have a salon during the pandemic? Okay, so I'm very fortunate that one, I'm not a service not fortunate, but I'm fortunate enough that maintaining the income, I did it through my e-commerce store. So like, I personally didn't take a financial hit. I was more so like worried about like my staff, and my staff that actually wasn't like service providers, like that was like, like the manager or like that worked in the store. I actually paid their salaries. And then I was more so like concerned and worried about the actual service providers. But I was very fortunate that we live in Atlanta, so we were only closed for 30 days. And so I know a lot of different states were closed for months and months and months and months and months, but Atlanta was allowed to open up with, as of April 24th of 2020, which I gave the service providers the option, if they did want to work in a salon, that they could for financial reasons. So, the pandemic didn't do us that bad, only because we only had to take a month off. And, I opened up my salon during a recession, so one thing about girls is they gonna get their hair done. So I think we did pretty good. My stylist did pretty good. So how did I survive the pandemic? So, okay, what's just so crazy is that, so I did take a PPP loan. I took one draw for like, I think it was like 21,000. But see, the problem is that at the current moment, my payroll was running almost triple that. But since most of them are independent contractors, I couldn't file the payroll loan for independent contractors. I can only file it for, I think they said like W-2 employees or something. I forget. The manager did it. So I only got one draw of like $20,000, and I still had to make payroll, which was like, 3 times that. And I just paid it out of my pocket. But you got to take the good with the bad. And I was blessed. Like, my e-commerce store was bonking, during the pandemic. So it wasn't a pandemic for me. It was a bandemic, like Quavo said.
Turn a pandemic into a pandemic. That's the shit that we own.
Opening up the salon during a recession taught me that one thing about women is we gonna look good, So I didn't even know it was a recession. I was pulling in millions of dollars in the middle of a recession. So I realized that one thing about my good sisters is that we're gonna go get that hair done. Any advice I would give to somebody who wants to open up a salon or have a salon or enter inside the beauty industry is do it. Start now. Start with what you have, and just start. Like, I think like the biggest thing that people face is fear and procrastination. And I think like, if you have a plan, write your plan out, make a list to how to accomplish the plan, and start with what you have. Like, I think like people are always waiting and looking for like the perfect situation, the perfect timing. And I'm gonna just let you know this right now. There's no perfect situation. There's no perfect timing. And 99.9% of the time is when you learn all of the answers is when the questions change anyway. So just start. Let's just, like Nike's saying, just do it.